Salvation Army today accused the Indian military of stopping the construction of a road in what it claims to be China's sovereign territory in the Sikkim section of the India-China border, and said the move has seriously damaged border peace and tranquility. In a statement, the Chinese Defense Ministry spokesman Ren Guoqiang said recently China had begun the construction of a road in Donglang region, but was stopped by Indian troops crossing the line of actual control, LAC. The China-India boundary in Sikkim is delineated by historical treaty. After the independence of India, the Indian government has repeatedly confirmed it in writing, acknowledging that both sides have no objection to Sikkim border, the statement said. For China to build the road was completely an act of sovereignty on its own territory, and the Indian side has no right to interfere, it said. Earlier, the Chinese side briefed the Indian side on this issue, it added. In this context, the Indian troops unilaterally provoked trouble, which was in violation of the relevant agreement between the two sides and the mutual consensus between the leaders of the two countries, it said. This seriously damaged peace and tranquility in the broader areas. China is committed to developing bilateral relations with India, but also firmly defend its legitimate rights and interests, it said. We hope that the Indian side will meet China halfway, and do not take any actions to complicate the boundary problem, and jointly maintain momentum of good development of bilateral relations. Tension mounted in a remote area of Sikkim after a scuffle broke out between personnel of the Indian Army and the PLA. The incident happened in the first week of June near the Lalton post in the Dokala General area in Sikkim after a face-off between the two forces, which triggered tension along the Sino-Indian frontier, official sources in New Delhi said. Earlier, Chinese Foreign Ministry spokesman Zhang Shuang told the media here that the foreign ministries of both the countries were in touch over the entry of 47 Indian pilgrims blocked by China from entering Tibet at the Nathu-La border in Sikkim. According to my information, the two governments are in touch over this issue, Zhang told reporters, declining to elaborate whether it was due to any weather-related issues like landslides and rains. He said the issue was being discussed by the two foreign ministries. China last week refused entry to 47 Indian pilgrims who were scheduled to travel to Kailash Mansarovar through the Nathu-La Pass in Sikkim. The pilgrims were scheduled to cross over to the Chinese side on June 19 but had failed to do so due to inclement weather.
I'm telling you again, this is not...
The Indian Army, in service of the nation.
Jai Hind, Vande Mataram.